So, you want to be a druid. Good choice. Very good choice. Um, the druid has a natural stat changes of 20 stamina, 1 melee, and plus 10 water. Now, the druid can only wear light armor. Any other armor beyond that, and they will have negative effects. Um, so the druid is what I like to call a utility class. They are not super strong, uh, like a fighter can be, or a barbarian, but they're very useful, especially in things like traveling or harvesting resources. So you may wonder how it works. Well, let's get into that after I make it daytime. Alright, so you spawn into the world, and if you hit F1, you'll pull up your character menu. It's split into three classifications, so small, medium, or large creatures. And you'll see that, first of all, there's quite a few creatures. There is actually going to be more, so I might have to make more classifications or more specialized classifications. But you unlock them through leveling. So, if we go ahead and cheat a little bit, and give ourselves some levels and unlock a few of them. One important thing when it comes to stat distribution on druids is you're going to want to put your stats in stamina and in oxygen, along with your other stats, and I will show you why. So we should have, well, I didn't mean to click that, but okay, we're transforming into the same. So when you transform, if I didn't mention it, by the way, you pull up your menu with the F1 key. Sorry about that. So when you transform, you will see your wild attunement at the bottom. Now, over time, your wild attunement will drain. So you kind of have to be careful with that. Now, one thing about it is your stamina directly influences your wild attunement. So you see, it goes from 1105 to 1170 to 1235. If I remember right, it is a 5 times multiplier from stamina to wild attunement. Now, your oxygen is important because it changes the rate at which you regen your wild attunement when you are not transformed. You have to be untransformed to get your attunement back. Now, you also have to balance the other stats you want, because the stats on your character directly influence the stats on your creature. So, say you're a bear, and you have 200 health. The bear, for instance, has much more health, but it's a multiplier off of your character's health. So if your character, has more health, so will the bear. That applies for basically all the stats. So like health, weight, melee, stamina. I don't think movement speed is one of them, but yeah. So you may be asking, how do I untransform? Well, you could let the timer run out if you really wanted to, or you can hit E, or the normal key that you would press to dismount. And that transforms you back into a human. So you can now see that my wild attunement is slowly regenerating. Once that goes all the way up, the bar will hide itself, so you don't have to worry about it being there forever. Now then, if not mentioned before, every creature, depending on its size and or abilities, has a different drain. and they have different stat multipliers that uh, go to the creature stats themselves. So, say, like a Featherlight has like, I don't know, 6 drain per second. I'm not sure. An Otter would probably have like 1. So you could stay in Otter for a lot longer than you could a Featherlight, for example. Now, you may be wondering, what would happen if the creature is killed? If the creature that you are riding is killed or sleeped, meaning knocked unconscious, it will. If it's knocked unconscious, it will untransform you. However, if the creature is killed, you will die. You will untransform and die instantly. So you probably want to be careful. However, if you're good enough, you can wait until you're almost dead and then untransform at the last second, and you as a character will be okay. Just keep in mind that it does take time to transform, so you will be quite vulnerable for just a few seconds before you can hop away. So, I do want to add a little teaser when it comes to the Druid. There is a way to gain back energy while transformed. There is a way to store and uh, absorb energy, but that's something that you're gonna have to figure out on your own. So, I hope you guys have fun being a Druid. I know I sure will. And can't wait to see you all on Aramoore Life. Oh, and if I didn't mention it, Druids can only wear light armor, so you may want to be a bit careful and find a good, strong group to travel with.